ease the conflict into a better stand or stop if we all put our energy together, our positive thinking together, and we meditate daily for the better of this planet.
Válku můžeme zkrátit a můžeme ulehčit úděl těch, kteří jsou válkou postižení, jestliže spojíme svoje síly dohromady, jestliže budeme myslet pozitivně, jestliže budeme každý den meditovat.
But the victims of the war, even though they suffer so much in this physical life, God will welcome them in the life after.
Ale oběti války, i když v tomto životě tolik vytrpěli, budou Bohem přivítány.
So, I'm here to try to remind you that you have the power within yourself to bless the world, to stop the war, to ease the suffering. It is up to you. It's up to you to make use of it.
A já jsem tady, abych vám připomněla, že i vy můžete být požehnáním pro tento svět, že můžete světu ulehčit, že můžete zastavit válku. Je to pouze a jedině na vás.
The more awakened people, the less trouble in this world.
Čím více osvícených, probuzených lidí, tím méně bude na tomto světě potíží a bolesti.
Our world is getting better.
A svět se stane lepším.
More spiritual practitioners, more vegetarian, and in a few more 100 years to come, we will see almost heaven on this planet, if we live that long.
Lidé se obracejí k více duchovnímu světu, stále více lidí například jsou vegetariány. Já věřím, že pokud budeme ještě naživu za 100 let, tento svět bude rájem. Co dělat proto, abych dokázala žít v přítomnosti? What shall I do in order to be able to live in the present?
Practice present concentration.
Je nutné cvičit koncentraci v přítomnosti.
Every time you think of the past or the future, bring your mind back to the minute in front of you.
Kdykoliv přemýšlíte o minulosti nebo o budoucnosti, vraťte svou mysl zpět k té minutě, kterou právě prožíváte.
Try it until it becomes your nature.
Snažte se tak dlouho, až se to stane vaší přirozeností. Co je to spirituální cesta? What does it mean, a spiritual way?
A spiritual way? Just like the worldly way. It's in the spiritual world. We walk in the spiritual world and we call that walk, we walk the spiritual way.
To je ta jediná správná cesta. To je jako duchovní svět, spirituální svět. Pokud se budeme pohybovat v tomto světě a budeme k němu směřovat, budeme se pohybovat po spirituální cestě.
Just like we walk the way in this world, there are ways in this world to do our duties. Like we have to work, we have to earn money, we have to build a house, we have to take care of our children, our parents, our wives, our husband, etc. These are the ways of the world.
Slovo way, cesta v angličtině může znamenat cesta, ale také způsob. A právě tak jako ve svém fyzickém životě máme způsoby, máme cesty, jak vydělávat peníze, jak zajišťovat náš každodenní život, jak se starat o děti, jak se starat o manžela nebo o manželku. Právě tak existují způsoby duchovní.
And the spiritual way is the way of the spiritual person, the one who lives in a more elevated spiritual dimension in his own soul. For then he will have to do the way that the higher spirits in a higher world live their life. That's so we can be more close with the spiritual world, the celestial world, the higher world, and then we call that the spiritual way.
Duchovními cestami se ubírá ten, který směřuje k nějakému duchovnímu světu, který touží se povznést. Pohybuje se v tom duchovním světě, ve spirituálním světě, který je výš nad tím fyzickým světem. To je tedy spirituální neboli duchovní cesta.
Yes, just like apart from walking the way of the world, earning the living, etc., we also include a spiritual way of living, like we extend our love to all the animals or beings. We don't eat even their flesh. We don't cause them to suffer indirectly or directly. We do not cause the suffer to other beings, our neighbor, by stealing their property or by cheating, telling lies.
Think he was more beautiful and more powerful. He began to complain to the other angels that maybe, just maybe, many of the angels listened to him and soon began to the universe began with just one selfish thought. And in fact, if you thought about it long enough, I'm certain you would trace each of your sins to selfish thoughts too. You know, there's a story in the Bible that sounds very much like the story of the beautiful angel. And it happened during the reign of King David over Israel. Well, we'll hear that story today. But first, before we hear that story, it's time to go see what Ranger Jim has to show us today. And I can't wait, boys and girls, because you know what? Ranger Jim always has something exciting, doesn't he? Let's take a look right now.
Boys and girls, Ranger Jim saying welcome to Nature Time. We're glad you can join us today. We're at the Chattanooga Audubon Society. And my friend here, Nature Dan. Dan, what in the world are you picking?
Well, I'll tell you, this is a common flower. You know what it is?
Yes, it is.
Dandelion. I want to tell you some interesting things about the dandelion. We often just kind of walk on by and we don't really pay much attention. We don't think about it because there it is. It's dandelion, plain old thing.
All over the yard, everywhere.
All over the yard. But this thing is really neat. How did it get its name? All right, well, I'll tell you. Couple of ways it got its name. It's called dandelion. Now that comes from dantelou, which is Welsh, and it means tooth of the lion. And it meant they had these yellow teeth. But it was also
from Texas. Sabrina's husband has battled drug addiction for years. He would only manage to quit long enough to get a job. And then he would lose it because of his drug addiction. Jesus. You know my heart. I know what it's like.
Yeah.
People that don't know drugs, they're saying, well, why don't they just quit? Listen, I was a heroin addict.
Right.
I was a cocaine addict.
Right.
I would take that needle and throw it away and say, I'm never going to do it again.
Tell them what your mother said.
My mother said I had 7 warrants out for my arrest.
My God.
My mom saw me. I went from 212 pounds, a football player. I took 6th in the nation in powerlifting.
My God.
The next time she saw me, I was 135 pounds. And the world says, once a junkie, always a junkie.
Right.
The world says your husband will never change. You'll never change. The world says you can't change, Pastor. But the Word
for you. And that's awesome because that's what a lot of people don't do is they have one talent, but they have 10 talents, but they only use one for God's glory. And that's what we want to encourage you guys. Use all your talents for God. Guys, we're going to be right back right here. Rebecca St. James is here. You don't want to go nowhere. It's going to get even better. We'll see you right back here on Real Videos.
Just had a dastardly, dirty idea.
My last attempt to capture the princess was ruined by that bumbling fool of a magistrate.
Pets?
Who else? My orders are never carried out properly by that lumen buffoon. Silence! I have a plan to catch the princess that cannot fail. That is providing you do exactly as I command. You must go quickly and find the lumen Kina while she is still alone in the forest. You will disguise yourself as the Emperor's prince.
Oh?
And ask Kina to deliver a message to the princess. Once she believes you are the prince, she will do anything you ask.
But Master, I know I'm a fine, good-looking, princely kind of guy. But do you think she'll believe that I'm the true prince?
With a little dark magic, you will sound just like him.
Hey, listen to this. I do sound like the prince. Come to me, my lumen subjects.
You must make certain the lumen Kina does not see your face.
Oh, right, mustn't see my face. Right.
And one more thing. She knows the power of the real prince. So you must do the job quickly.
Right.
I cannot hide you if she suspects for longer than a moment.
Okay.
Your voice could return to its natural croak without warning.
Hello, Kina. I am the Emperor's prince. Remember me?
Good. Now go quickly, Dagger, and do not fail me this time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, my little snuffer. You're safe now. That nasty buzzard is long gone. Why are you so sad? Are you worried about your friends? It's that buzzard, isn't it? He's captured them, right? Well, don't you worry. We'll find a way to get your family back. Oh, great prince, we need your help to find the snuffer's family. You know where they are and how we can reach them. Please show us the way.
Kina?
Oh, Prince, you've come.
Yes.
I found this little snuffer.
Stop. Don't come any closer.
Prince, this little snuffer can't find his family, and I told him we'd find them.
Kina, you must not come any closer, my dear.
Is there something wrong, Prince?
Nothing is wrong. I will gladly help your little friend, but first you must help me, Kina.
Yes, Prince. What can I do?
I will.
Bezaleel and Aholiab, two guys' names. Aren't those great names? Bezaleel and Aholiab. And every wise-hearted man in whose heart the Lord had put wisdom, even every one whose heart stirred him up to the work to do it. I will tell you, there's not a Sunday I walk out on this platform that my heart's not beating like one of those tom-toms. This doesn't get old to Dino, doesn't get old to the Skinners, doesn't get old to the folks who work at Watoto. Your heart stirs you up. We don't need a trophy, a medal. We've had more trophies and plaques given to this church. We could add a wing made of those plaques. We destroy them because that's not why we do what we do. Our heart stirs us up to be the best we can for Christ all the time.